Breaking news. This message is coming from Kanu Takanu. Nnamdi Kanu say whether junior brother or senior brother I cannot tell. Not maybe their mama. But let us just face the fact. The reason why I'm bringing this news here is also let us know about the impending doom, or rather the battle Nnamdi Kanu is fighting to get his freedom. I can authoritatively tell you this in free of charge that each time anything good is coming to Nnamdi Kanu's freedom, there must be one thing or the other that will hinder it. Don't get it twisted. Let me explain what I mean. Or you hear this headline: David Umahi does not speak for Ndi Igbo. Nnamdi Kanu's freedom is not political bargaining chips. This one is Nnamdi Kanu's brother that posted this news. And the article is a bit long. So please permit me to just use a few minutes to explain what I meant before we can be able to read this article this man put out here. So that before I may say, okay, let me just read the whole thing, and at the end I will forget what I want to say. So let me just say it as it is hot now. Nnamdi Kanu's brothers are always fighting against his freedom. Let us hold this point very clear. There was a time Nnamdi Kanu, they were talking about freedom. I think that was when newly Agabi took over the case of Nnamdi Kanu, and there was a rumor that Nnamdi Kanu freedom is very, 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 very near. What happened then? That was when Nnamdi Kanu and his brothers, Nnamdi Kanu brothers, went on social media and began to lambast Tinubu and his son that they never keep to their own bargain. You know, they caused that, they shared that fracas that time. Before you know it, nobody is talking about Nnamdi Kanu release again. Now, the federal government have come out now and said, okay, we want to negotiate for release of Nnamdi Kanu, probably by today or tomorrow. Which I always mention that each time Nnamdi Kanu's case is coming up, there must be a hand of monkey in the pot of soup that need to be removed. So that hand of soup, that hand of monkey in that pot soup, Nnamdi Kanu's brothers is among. We should not forget that Nnamdi Kanu is fighting a very heavy battle on this his freedom. Nnamdi Kanu has not committed offense, but I can tell you this for free of charge. People who have collected money on the head of Nnamdi Kanu, which I know that the DSS will always like to open up to him. Maybe not for him to know what is happening, but for him to have a kind of loggerheads with his family members and other people who are doing all these things. So there must be a kind of intern, or rather, an insider that will be releasing such information to Nnamdi Kanu. Let us face the fact. Umahi, yes, he came out to say something about Nnamdi Kanu release, which he never done since this young man had been held captives. In fact, according to the information and according to what we all know, Umahi is among those who keep on fighting for Nnamdi Kanu to remain in incarceration forever. So Umahi now came out now to talk about how the government are being able to, they want to have a round table discussion to free Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu brothers all come out now with a very long article to discourage them not to have any meeting. Even if Umahi is not speaking for Igbo people, is it your duty as Nnamdi Kanu's brother to begin to debunk it? Who sent you? When do you begin the work of a media house? I think they have a man powerless or a man powerful who is their media spokesperson, who supposed to come out and say, but okay, let's assume that Umahi now is being speaking or not speaking on behalf of the Igbos. Is it then your duty to rub it before his face and say, I'm not speaking for Igbos, so whatever he's saying, Nnamdi Kanu should not be a bargaining chip? I don't think some people understand what I'm trying to say. It is not him that's supposed to make this comment. When you make this comment, and all these people with their media aids will also pack this message. You look at somebody you people want to release his brother, and the brothers don't even want him to come outside. Because that is a kind of mindset and narrative these guys are trying to print out there. In other words, they are among those fighting for Nnamdi Kanu not to be released because of their shady deal they have done on the head of Nnamdi Kanu. Go and mark this my word. If Nnamdi Kanu come out, he will say all these things one after the other. Go and mark it. My name is Okute. I woke up for Charafancha, man. You can call me a prophet because I see things and I say it, and it must surely happen. Are you hearing me now? These people now don't start again to fight against Nnamdi. Before you know it now, all this is now they will see the government will never go to the table again. Even go to court now, they will begin to bring all manner of excuses that will make them to also continue to incarcerate him, because the people who have been collecting money on the head of him never want him to get freedom. In other words, if anything happens to Nnamdi Kanu, the Biafrans, I'm saying this to all of you, Nnamdi Kanu's brothers, whether Kanu Takanu or Kanu Kanu, should be held responsible. Nnamdi Kanu might be their brother, but as it stands now, Nnamdi Kanu is a public asset. In fact, he's a Biafran asset. He has been there for 4 years. For 10 years, he has been on this journey. The supporters he have is not only his brothers. Even his brothers turned against him, using him to make money. But the Biafrans who stood by him from that day till today are still willing to continue standing by him at any point in time. So Nnamdi Kanu's brothers cannot say that he is their brother now. No, he might be their brother by blood, but in terms of asset, Biafrans own Nnamdi Kanu as it stands now. He is answerable to Biafrans, and Biafrans are answerable to him. So please, hold this point very clear. Hold it tight. Because when the time is right, you will come back here and tell me, Okute, you made this comment. Let us read the article. The beautiful nonsense that the so-called Kanu Takanu right out there. Okay. And as we are reading, please drop your opinion at the comment section. What do you think concerning this matter? Am I speaking your mind? Or am I always, as usual, making noise, just like you always tag me, and I make noise too much, I talk too much? But you can understand that what I am spewing from my mouth are, factual points that should be held tight. Because when the time is right, let us continue. It has come to our attention through various news outlets, particularly a report published by Daily Post Nigeria on 5th of July 2025, that the Minister of Works, Mr. Dave Umahi, has made a deeply offensive and politically misguided statement to the effect that the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu should not be tied to a political support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027 elections. That is what he said. That to negotiate Nnamdi Kanu release is not behold as a kind of politics. And you're now coming out rubbing it on his face that he make an unguided statement. What is unguided statement there? Dave Umahi simply said that people are speculating that Tinubu want to use him to capture the vote of the Southeast. And he came out and said, no, that is not so. And now you are coming out to tell him why must he make such a comment. Oh, that means they are going to use him for political means. That is exactly what you want us to understand, because this right up here is not making any sense. Rather than to complicate the issues for his own brother. Oh, let us continue. Let it be stated in unequivocal terms. Dave Umahi does not speak for Ndigbo. He speaks only for himself and the selfish collection of political opportunists that have, for decades, traded the blood, dignity, and the future of their own people for personal advancement and crumbs from Asorok. The issue of Nnamdi Kanu's continued illegal detention is not a matter for political negotiations or electoral permutations. It is a matter of justice, law, and fundamental human rights. Fundamental human rights with an apostrophe. Okay, the Court of Appeal of Nigeria in October 2022 clearly discharged and acquitted Kanu of all charges and declared his extraordinary rendition from Kenya as unlawful. The Kenya High Court, in a landmark judgment on 24th June 2025, affirmed that Kanu's abduction, torture, and illegal transfer to Nigeria violated international law and the African Charter. A Federal High Court of Nigeria held same that a Nigerian minister will still speak as though Nnamdi Kanu's fate is negotiable is only a disgrace. It is a betrayal. For Dave Umahi to suggest that the political support of Ndigbo in 2027 is in any way conditional on Nnamdi Kanu's release reveals either an unforgivable ignorance of public sentiment in the Southeast or a willful attempt to whitewash the grave injustice done to the Igbo people. Tinubu and APC will face the consequences of the lengthy detention of Kanu without trial and for ignoring court orders that mandated his release. Let it be known, Dave Umahi cannot convene a genuine gathering of Igbo sons and daughters without facing total rejection. If he believes otherwise, let him dare to organize a town hall in Enugu, Aba, or Onitsha and see how many people show up voluntarily. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comments a following rooted in the deep-seated grievances of a people marginalized, violated, and silenced by a dishonest federation. To compare or to reduce him to a political bargaining chip is an insult to the collective pain and resilience of Ndigbo and Biafrans all over the world. Dave Umahi and his ilk are inconsequential Abuja rent boys, and they will be shocked come 2027. The lies of Dave Umahi, who change allegiance depending on who occupies Aso Rock, are not leaders. They are errand boys. If Satan were to assume the presidency tomorrow, these men will be the first to praise him as long as it secures them a ministerial portfolio. Let me quickly address an issue here. There's something he made here. This one is also in further to complicate Nnamdi Kanu's release. Let me just show you. He said, Dave Umahi and his ilk are inconsequential. Okay, I think not here. He said, Nnamdi Kanu commands a following commands a following rooted in the deep-seated grievances of where did I say? I think I saw something like 2027 here. Okay, he said okay. He said inconsequential Abuja rent boys, and they will be shocked come 2027. You are talking about your own brother, freedom. Now you are talking about 2027 election. Have you people seen why I said that these guys are working against Nnamdi Kanu? Because if Nnamdi Kanu happens to be here now, he won't be even talking about 2027 election. Rather, he'll be talking about Igbo nation, Biafran's independence. And then his own brother now are bad-mounting Dave Umahi. Also to remind him that even if you release Nnamdi Kanu, you will be shocked in 2027. In other words, please, don't release Nnamdi Kanu, go to the ballot box. That's exactly the narrative that this guy is trying to paint here. I'm very shocked that some people will read this without understanding the line by line, the lyrics, or what it contains. I shake my head. Okay. Let's see. This moment call for courage, not cowardice. Honor, not civility. Kanu's release is not a gift to be given in exchange for votes. It is a legal, moral, and constitutional obligations. The sooner people like Dave Umahi realize that the Igbo nation is no longer beholden to the politics of crumbs, the better for their own fading relevance. Ndigbo are watching, the world is watching, and history will not be kind to traitors. Signed by Chijioke Nwachukwu, public affairs commentator and advocate for justice. That is exactly what Nnamdi Kanu put out there. Let me not take much of your time because I think the message is a bit longer. Let us just see the comment section and see whether people really understand what this guy meant. But it's quite unfortunate that some people read this. Even if you read it sometimes, many times, you read it 1 million times, you will still not understand line by line what the politics that these guys are playing with Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. God have mercy. Leslie Kanu Fiski said Dave Umahi is evil. That is what he said here. But I'm very sure that most of us listening to that video, I think I published that video on my channel, what are being said on that Lagos town hall meeting. the one that is being put out there on Daily Post. I also read it. Dave Umahi, what did he say? He said simply that people are speculating that Tinubu want to use Nnamdi Kanu to capture the Southeast. He said that such a thing never come in place. So somebody who made such a comment and then you come again now to rubbish it on his face, that why must he make that comment? Oh, you want Dave Umahi to say that, oh, Tinubu now want to release Nnamdi Kanu based on 2027's allegiance from the Southeast to the center. That's exactly what you're trying to let him know. That everything he said is hogwash. People don't understand what I'm trying to say. That's on a Wutem. Anyway, Chigozie Akpaka said Dave Umahi remained an errand boy in Abuja. He is mad for talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He hold no ground in Igbo land. A nobody for that matter. Okay, Viana OON said there are two here that I don't write their post. Dave Umahi and ANEC fraud chairman. Okay, and according to Chijoke, Victor said Umahi is a killer. We will still remember him very, very soon. Ibanda 30. Protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, protect Igbos, protect Biafrans, etc. Humanities. Hashtag freedom, attention. Many have gone in Igbo land. Hashtag Biafrans, never. But even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu deny Biafra, we Biafrans will never ever abandon Biafra. etc. Freedom is our religion, the ways of our lives and our destinies forever. Amen. My brother, hey, this one I don't understand though. Anyway, let us continue. Masterpiece said he go there learn in a hard way. Since he don't want Southeast to have peace, he will never have peace too till accept peace to reign. Okay, Masterpiece. This one is talking about Nnamdi Kanu is going to stay there forever. King Collins said a slave will always be a slave. Comment from a wasted that is wasted essay. Casimir said, must you respond? This man, allow them to release him first to Fiagwa. You see what I've said? This one now, understand what I'm trying to say. Must you respond? Must you go out there to make mockery of your own self? Must you go out there to make the people see you as a nobody? Must you respond? Allow them, let them release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When that to buy the support of the Southeast, as long as it is an unconditional release, that okay, we release you now. Let the Southeast now vote for APC in 2027. You are going to take the horse to the river, but you cannot force the horse to drink water. So I don't know what is all this what do you call it? All this blah 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 here. You are blasting them for mine, not speaking for Igbos. Are you speaking for Igbos? I ask you, Kanu Takano, are you speaking for Igbos? Deep inside your heart, can you ever organize a town hall meeting and call Igbos to come, and they will come? What an arrant nonsense. I beg, I don't want to talk again. I think I've had enough. Let us just end it here. More of these arguments will continue from the comment section of this video. Just like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing for more interesting videos. Prophet Okulora will always be here to serve you. Kachineke mezi okwu.